No sooner had the Wright brothers made their historic flight than somebody thought of taking a camera up in the airplane. Filmmakers have been in love with aerial views since there was a way to get the camera off the ground. Smaller, progressively more powerful motors, lighter batteries, compact electronics, and better sensors have caused a recent revolution in radio-controlled helicopters, resulting in a number of small, light, multi-rotor machines. High-def cameras, smaller and lighter themselves, have been paired with these microcopters to offer a new tool to film production. Shots that were only in the realm of big-budget productions are now within the reach of small filmmakers.
You can have a shot that looks like it's a camera on a tripod. It's just a camera and it's just panning, and then suddenly it starts to move. Okay, they're on a dolly, and then it starts to raise up in the air. Oh, okay, they're on a crane, and then it gets to 100 feet in the air, and that's when it really gets miraculous.
All the way from that to crawling it slowly through forests, shots that would take, hours of rigging with a cable cam to get the same exact shot. Now you're out of the forest, now you're flying over a canyon, doing a bridge shot of a train crossing a bridge. The capabilities are quite vast. You have all the equipment that you use on the ground, everything from a camera on a shoulder to a camera on a tripod to a camera on a dolly to a cable cam. Then you have jibs. On up from that, you have this big gray area that nothing really accommodates, and then you have full-size aircrafts. RC helicopters can accommodate most everything in that gray area on down into the jib realm.
There are a number of microcopter services in Colorado. Brent Murray and Lerner represent two ends of the business. Lerner comes from a long background as a director of photography and camera operator, but has only in the last year become involved in radio-controlled drones. Murray comes from an engineering background and has been flying small helicopters for many years. He has only in recent years started taking cinematography more seriously.
If I was a director, the thing I would be looking for in hiring a RC helicopter pilot is not only their skills as a pilot, but their skills as a cameraman. The two are hand in hand, and you have to be able to do both. So watch the reels, check composition, check exposure, treat it the way you would looking for the appropriate cameraman for your job. Look at the aesthetics. In my opinion, you're a cameraman first, and really the piloting needs to come after that. You need to know, if you're going to try to do this professionally, you really need to know how to be a cameraman. You need to know how to expose your shots, read light, all the things that a normal person on the ground needs to do. And while you're doing that, you also need to know how to pilot the helicopter, get the craft into position, know how to track speed, control your rate of ascent, descent, all those different things. It's certainly not a one-trick type of thing.
Yeah, the other part of it is you have to understand composition and framing. And having myself been primarily a cameraman my whole career, I feel like I've brought something to my flying in that initially I'm flying blind in that I don't see what the camera is seeing, but I understand the angle of view that I have with a relatively wide angle lens, and I'm able to perform really well and get footage. And now I'm starting to learn FPV flying, where I'll be wearing goggles and actually looking at the helicopter in the sky, and also intermittently looking at the picture that I'm filming so that I can see exactly where I am in three-dimensional space. These things, although they are small, they are definitely not toys. There's an element of risk in using them. So the ship itself can be damaged or hurt, and potentially somebody on the set could be hurt. So it's really paramount that a producer or director who's hiring somebody to fly an RC helicopter is hiring somebody who's got enough experience to know what they can and what they can't do, what they're willing to do and what they're not willing to do, and what is safe and reasonable.
The average person nowadays can learn these adequate skills in about a year if you put the trial and error and the time and effort that it takes to get into this.
And it does take a lot of time and a lot of practice. I mean, I'm out virtually every day, whether it's cold, as long as it's not raining or snowing. I'm out virtually every day flying at least an hour every day, just practicing.